Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, what do Baby Park and Mute City have in common? The Void. It's dangerous to go alone, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society goes with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I'm joined, as I'm always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Look, I know we have a big job ahead of us, finalizing our definitive rankings for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Don't undersell
tracks.
it. It's not just finalizing them. We got to do the ranking.
We actually have to do it. Yeah.
So at this point, we spent 2 hours prepping, and now that was last week. This week we're actually in the doing.
That's right. But I know we have a lot to do. But
Yes.
Can I ask you something that I've been thinking about recently?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we were growing up? There was this time where the Monkees would show up on the band from the 60s.
Yeah.
Would show up on sitcoms.
Okay.
Like Full House or something like that.
Yes.
Same with the Beach Boys. And it felt like it happened fairly often, to my mind. Do you think that is a phenomenon that exists today? Like showrunners for Disney Channel shows or Nickelodeon shows are I am running my own TV show, so I can finally
bring the bands on that I thought were
I can
cool.
finally, yes, exactly. I can finally get 3 pence, none the wiser.
None the richer.
None the richer.
Yes.
Or
wait, how many pence did you say?
Is it 3, 6?
6
pence?
Is it 6 pence?
I said
None the richer?
3.
You said 3, but I don't think that's right
it's
either.
6.
So you didn't get any of that name right.
No. Pence. I knew that for
You got
sure.
pence? You got pence.
I'm a blind melon. But you get them back together.
Right.
Do you think that's it, or do you think that's just specific to whatever was happening?
So I think it's a little bit specific to that era. I think also TV writers now got scared off by that they saw what was happening. They saw that the people who were making Saved by the Bell were yeah, it's cool to hang out in a 50s themed diner, and we're like, no, that's lame. They know that's not cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they identified it, and they're like, no, we have to now pretend to be engaging with what's cool now.
Oh, I see.
That's my thought on it anyway. Where would we go to find this information? What's a sitcom we can watch?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Maybe a listener knows, and maybe they can tell us.
You should write into us at Nintendo Cartridge Society at
gmail.com,
which they could also do to participate in the Sonic Forces borrowing program. That's right. My copy of Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch. Do you want to borrow it? You can. All you gotta do is email us at the aforementioned email address. Oh, let's say it again. Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com. And give us a mailing address so we can send you my copy of the game. Now, inside that game, there might be an Untitled Goose Game. And that's okay. Either way, you play the game for as long as you want. You send it back. I pay for postage. Both ways, it's the perfect borrowing program.
Another thing you can do is you can leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, the U.S. Apple Podcast Store, any Apple Podcast Store. Doesn't have to be country specific.
That's right.
Or anywhere that you get your podcast. We appreciate it so much when you do. It helps people find the show. Patrick and I love reading your reviews. And if you leave it on the U.S. Apple Podcast Store, we can see it, and so we'll give you a shout out on the show. But if you leave us a review anywhere else, or you share the show in some other way, let us know. Send us an email. Hit us up on Twitter. We would love to give you a shout out. Thank you so much to everybody who has left us 5-star reviews in the past.
And also, you should get in our Discord channel. We are in there. We're talking about fun Nintendo stuff all the time. It is an invite-only situation, so you got to email us or hit us up on Twitter. I was going to say, or contact us on Discord. But if you've already contacted, you see it's a catch-22 is what I've set up. Let us know. We'll send you an invite. You can come in there. It's a cool, chill time where people are having fun and funny conversations about Nintendo. So get on in there. It is how a lot of people participated in the Mario Kart track ranking that we are embarking on at this very moment. All right, Mark, let's get into it. Let's rank the tracks from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mark, I think we need to start with a little bit of a recap from last week. We put all of the tracks into tiers, and in so doing, we punted on some of the bigger questions.
I hesitate to say that we punted. I would say that we set them aside for
Advocated responsibility.
yeah, and just an important note, just a reminder that we're ranking the 48 original tracks.
The contiguous tracks.
That's right. None in the DLC. And also, just one other thing, we had a lot of people write in with their thoughts on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. And so thank you so much to everybody who did so. It was super helpful in putting these tiers together.
And we will, at this point, we're going to be largely driven by our own preferences, but we still will be consulting in case of a tiebreaker or
That's right.
whatever we need.
Well, and really, I think it comes down to, like when in these definitive rankings,
Yes.
things can get heated.
Yes,
And
that's
we
right.
don't want any of our listeners to, have to
you don't want to catch a stray.
You don't want to get dragged into
Yeah,
that.
That's right.
So, and Patrick, I think before we embark on this, we just need to check each other and make sure no matter how heated it gets, at the end, we'll still be friends.
I agree to that.
Okay.
All right.
Because we have these.
Yeah, we have the void.
The pocket dimension.
Yes.
That we're going to have to deal with. And I still don't know how.
I have no idea what to do with this.
I don't either.
Okay. So here we go. Recapping our tiers, we have tiers D through A, and then also S as being like the better tier. Mark, I'm just going to read off all the Ds, and then you can do the Cs, and we'll go back and forth like that. So in the D tier, we have Rainbow Road, the Mario Kart 8 version, the 3DS DK Jungle, GameCube Dry Desert, Dolphin Shoals, Mario Kart Stadium, Bone Dry Dunes, Donut Plains 3, and Piranha Plant Slides.
All of that still makes sense to me.
Still makes sense to me too.
All right, C tier: Thwomp Ruins, Sweet Sweet Canyon, Twisted Mansion, the Game Boy Advance Mario Circuit, the Nintendo DS's Cheap Cheap Beach, Bowser's Castle, and a Dragon Driftway.
And that all still makes sense to me as C tier.
Yep.
B tier, we got the Electrodrome, Cloud Top Cruise, Rainbow Road, the Super NES version, Ice Out. We'll get through the name of that one at some point. Ice Outpost, Yoshi's Circuit, Mario Circuit, the GameCube Sherbet Land, Water Park, Toad Harbor, Grumble Volcano, and Cheese Land.
All right. So
does that all still make sense to you?
Feeling good about that. So in the A tier, the Wii's Wario's Goldmine, Shy Guy Falls, the Nintendo 64's Yoshi Valley, Nintendo 64's Toad Turnpike, Nintendo 64 Royal Raceway, the 3DS's Music Park, the DS's TikTok Clock, the 3DS's Neo Bowser City, and the Wii's Moo Moo Meadows. A lot of like previous tracks making the A tier here.
Well, I think one of the things that Deluxe does so well is re-envision and reimagine classic tracks. Like I think it's one of its superpowers. In the S tier, we have the Game Boy Advance's Ribbon Road. We have Wild Woods. We have Sunshine Airport. We have DS Wario Stadium. We have the Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road, and we have Super Bell Subway.
Nice. All right, finally.
Yeah.
The Pocket Dimension.
The
Outer Rim.
We don't know what to do with these.
Hyrule Circuit.
Uh-huh.
Big Blue.
Yes.
Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Excite Bike Arena. Mute City. And then the bane of our existence, GameCube's Baby Park.
So most of those are in there because they are like guest courses. They are fun, but they feel like maybe they don't belong. They belong to other games, sort of by design and by necessity. And then Baby Park is in there because we're cowards and we don't know what to do with it.
We just have such different opinions.
I don't think we have many different opinions on Baby Park.
You don't?
I mean, I
think it's fun. I think that's our fundamental difference.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that might be right. Okay, so what do you want to do here? Do you want to start at the bottom? Now we're here. Start at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So let's just put these off to the side.
I mean, I guess the way it makes sense to me to do this is basically just rank them individually within each tier.
Right.
And then
see how it all looks together.
Yeah, and make sure that we are feeling good about where things stand.
Do you think there's any way we come out of this feeling good?
Do you know what? I guarantee that we will.
Wow.
Yep.
Again, that's a Mark Mitchell guarantee.
That's right.
We're gonna feel good when we're done with this. All right. So again, we have Piranha Plant Slide from the 3DS. We've got Super NES Donut Plains 3. We've got Bone Dry Dunes. We've got Mario Kart Stadium. We've got Dolphin Shoals. We've got GameCube's Dry Desert. The 3DS's DK Jungle. And Rainbow Road, the Mario Kart 8 version.
So I can tell you immediately where my eyes go.
Yeah, where do your eyes
And
go?
I know that I talk trash about Dolphin Shoals and about the Rainbow Road
Yeah.
from Mario Kart 8, but I still think it's probably these two are the best two of the D tier.
I think also the Mario Kart Stadium is probably among the best of the D tier.
Deep sigh. I mean, yeah, probably. I just think it's so boring. But I guess if that's the worst crime, that's not that
That's
bad.
a pretty bad crime for Mario Kart course.
I guess, but
I hear what you're saying about Rainbow Road and Dolphin Shoals. We can never discount the fact that there are dolphins wearing like snorkel masks. That's a very attractive thing. I gotta say, Donut Plains and Piranha Plant Slide near the bottom for me.
Piranha Plant Slide is such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Should be cool. Should really be utilizing like pipes.
Yep.
And even like being in the sewers, like all of that just feels.
You should encounter the Ninja Turtles.
It just feels a little bit like a layup,
Mm-hmm.
and that they whiffed.
Right. And again, I don't understand what's happening at the end of the track with the cardboard cutout of a Goomba and then like a real Goomba hiding back there.
No.
What's happening there? What's the narrative? Explain it to me.
So I agree. I think that, or I would put Mario Kart Stadium above the 3DS's Piranha Plant Slide for sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about the deserts. Because we've got two of them in here.
Mm-hmm.
The GameCube's Dry Desert and Bone Dry Dunes. Which one of these is which? Never mind. Bone Dry Dunes is the one with the pirate ship that's sailing on the quicksand.
Yep. And Dry Desert is the one that has like the Koopa's like Pharaoh statues, but really not a lot of other decoration. Like it has those statues.
Yes.
It has some incongruous billboards.
Yes.
And
there's like an oasis that you also drive through.
Yeah, so maybe this one's my least favorite. Because
Dry-
at least like
yeah.
Bone Dried, maybe Dry Desert is my least favorite. Because Bone Dry Dunes at least has some amount of visual interest.
I will agree with that. It also, Dry Desert makes me think of all the times in 3D Mario games where you have to engage with desert. And with the exception of Odyssey, I think it usually sucks, right?
Yep.
I don't like being in the desert.
Nope.
I want water.
But so comparing these two against each other, I think Bone Dry Dunes takes it.
Is greater than Dry Desert, is what you're saying. Yeah,
is better.
I
Yep.
agree with that. Okay. Sorry, you had a follow-up question there?
Well, I was just going to say, like, comparing it to... And I think Mario Kart Stadium is probably better than both.
Yeah.
But what about Donut Plains 3? I think I like it better than Dry Desert.
Do you like it better than Bone Dry Desert? Bone Dry Dunes?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, so I think we're starting to see the bottom of the list form here. That the 3DS Piranha Plant Slide so far is coming in last with
Which we should point out is the worst.
the
The worst track in the game is what we're saying.
or the 48th best. So followed by Dry Desert and then Donut Plains 3 and then Bone Dry Dunes.
I think so.
Okay, but let us address where the 3DS DK Jungle goes. Do we like it better than Mario Kart Stadium?
No.
Do we like it better than Bone Dry Dunes?
No. I think I like Bone Dry Dunes better than I like the DK Jungle.
I'll agree with that. I don't like... Wait, you like it better or you like it worse?
I like it better.
Okay.
Yeah. I would put DK Jungle... No. I would put DK Jungle below Bone Dry Dunes.
Below
because
Bone
it
Dry
has some sort of like... Look, do I understand what the Toad pirate ship is doing in the desert here? I do not understand it.
But you are at least moderately intrigued by it.
Yeah, I'm at least asking questions. Whereas
Just asking questions.
the DK Jungle,
Right.
I'm like, I get it. No further discussion needed.
All right, I can live with that. So Bone Dry Desert is one better than DK Jungle, and then I think the rest of this Mario Kart Stadium we like better than Bone Dry Dunes.
Yeah, I think
right?
so.
Okay, and then between Dolphin Shoals and Rainbow Road.
For me,
ooh boy, because these are definitely the top of the tier, right? Top of the D tier.
Okay, which one do I look not forward to playing least? I would say maybe Dolphin Shoals.
Boy, that is a difficult knot to untangle, mentally speaking.
Maybe
I think Dolphin Shoals is better.
I would put Dolphin Shoals over Rainbow Road too.
Okay, great. So Mark, this is gonna be so easy. We're flying through this.
Well, I think because the D tier, kind of easy to get consensus.
Easy to get consensus. No one's feelings are hurt, really. We don't like any of these tracks.
Right, yeah.
Except for the fact that we do, in fact, like all of them, right? Like, genuinely, I don't really think there's a bad track in this game.
No, it's true. It's why there's no F tier,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Or
right,
we
that's
haven't
right.
sent anything just like come to the Phantom Zone.
That's
right.
right.
We haven't like
That's right.
disappeared
The
anything.
pocket dimension is different from the Phantom Zone.
We're gonna deal with the pocket dimension.
That's right.
So no, you're right. There's no F tier tracks here, but the 3DS's Piranha Pants Slide is the closest.
Yeah, that's right. Did you say Piranha Pant?
I may have.
Okay, I like it.
Up next, let's see. The C tier.
Yeah, we're in the C tier.
We're in the C tier. So we have Cheap Cheap Beach, Bowser's Castle, Mario Circuit from Game Boy Advance, Twisted Mansion, Sweet Sweet Canyon, Thwomp Ruins, and Dragon Driftway.
So right away, GBA Mario Circuit jumps out to me as a low one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we're just gonna slot that in, I guess, as the bottom of the tier.
I think the problem with a lot of these Game Boy Advance tracks are similar to like the Super Nintendo tracks, is that they were created very like flat,
Yeah,
very two-dimensional,
necessarily.
for sure. And then in their transformation to like 3D, sometimes they add, like a 0G element to it,
Which this one has.
but it's just not enough.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and still very just feels like a racetrack, right? Like I always want to be engaged with like the fantasy of they're racing in a place where they shouldn't be, right?
Right.
Like on a volcano that's erupting, or like up on a road in the sky, right? Or in space, as the case may be. And this is just like, no, this is where you go to drive race carts.
Yeah. Yep.
Or go-karts or whatever.
And yeah, I completely agree. I'll tell you one that I like and would put kind of higher. Like, I don't hate Cheap Cheap Beach.
Oh, okay. I also don't hate Twisted Mansion.
Oh yeah, me either.
I feel like both of those end up actually on the high side here.
What to do with something like Bowser's Castle? Because we dinged it for being no better than expected.
Right,
but
for
it is
being unoriginal.
But it's not a bad track.
No, not by any means. Okay, so Bowser's Castle, do we like it more or less than... So here are the 4 tracks that are in conversation here, I think. Thwomp Ruins, Bowser's Castle, Sweet Sweet Canyon, and Dragon Driftway, right?
Yeah.
Of those 4, or of those 3 non-Bowser's Castle ones, let's just do them one at a time. Bowser's Castle versus Thwomp Ruins. Which do you prefer?
I prefer Bowser's Castle.
As do I. Bowser's Castle versus Sweet Sweet Canyon.
I think I prefer Bowser's Castle.
I think I prefer Sweet Sweet Canyon, so let's put it to the side for a second. Dragon Driftway versus Bowser's Castle. I think I prefer Bowser's Castle.
Okay, I won't fight that.
Okay, all right. So let's just evaluate Sweet Sweet Canyon.
So I'm just curious your thoughts on Sweet Sweet Canyon and why you like it more than Bowser's Castle.
I like it more than Bowser's Castle because it is unique in its setting. Although I suppose not unique now that we have the Sky High Sundae. But until that track came along, it was the only place where we were racing on giant desserts, which plays into that fantasy that I was mentioning before of like racing in truly like fantastical places. I think the what do I think is fun about this? I like the like sugar cone traffic cones. I think that's cute.
Yeah, that's a good detail.
Um,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
feel like you need to defend it that much. Like I'm happy to put
Thank you.
Yeah, like I'm happy to put Sweet Sweet Canyon above. I have like this weird like face blindness but for Sweet Sweet Canyon. Like when you're talking about it, I'm like, "Oh yes, I remember this and
Hmm.
I remember those little cones and there's the part
It's got like the launch at the beginning, so you can
uh-huh.
like see the like cake areas that you're being launched over
Yeah,
to.
but I just like do not retain anything about Sweet Sweet Canyon otherwise. And so if you like it, if your instinct is above
Yes.
Bowser's Castle, I'm totally fine with that.
That is my instinct, although I don't really have anything against Bowser's Cat. Like we are to the
No,
point where I don't really have ill will towards any of these
no,
tracks.
that's right. Well, because the look, when you're in the D and C tier, it
Right.
like what does it matter?
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, if you're in the D and C tier, like I guess Sweet Sweet Canyon can feel a little bit better about itself because it's above Bowser's
I
Castle.
see what you're
But at the
saying,
end of the
yes.
day, you're still a C tier track.
Wow. No, but like you should still fight for like whatever position you've got, right? Like take the victories where you can get them.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
But also these are tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they don't have feelings. So let's put them wherever we want to put them. So okay, I think let's just quickly compare Thwomp Ruins to Dragon Driftway. Do we think that's right?
Yeah,
That Dragon
I like
Driftway
Dragon Driftway more
is
for
better.
sure.
Okay. And then here at the top we've got Twisted Mansion and Cheap Cheap Beach. Which of these do you prefer?
I prefer Cheap Cheap Beach.
Okay, I will allow that. Do we like Twisted Mansion better than Sweet Sweet Canyon?
I remember Twisted Mansion, so yes.
All right,
I do.
that is fair. So I think we've got that. So at the bottom of that tier of the C tier is the Game Boy Advance Mario Circuit,
Thwomp Ruins,
Dragon Driftway,
Bowser's Castle,
Sweet Sweet Canyon,
Twisted Mansion.
and Cheap Cheap Beach from the DS.
Okay, so
Yes,
gut check.
yes.
Do we like Dolphin Shoals less than we like the Game Boy Advance Mario Circuit track? I don't know that that's true.
I don't think that is true. Okay, well, I'm throwing out the post-it note that says D tier because
Uh-huh.
it is no longer useful as we are going to transcend tiers and drop GBA Mario Circuit down below Dolphin Shoals.
What about Rainbow Road? Would you prefer to, if somebody was like, which track you want to do, Rainbow Road or Mario Circuit?
Shoot, I'd say Rainbow Road.
I think I would too.
Okay.
I think I would say that for Mario Kart Stadium as well.
Whoa, Mario Kart GBA Mario Circuit is falling down the rankings. I agree. I like it better than Bone Dry Dunes though.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's move these down here.
Okay, so well, let's move forward and then we'll always come back cuz I have a feeling things are going to continue to change.
Yeah. Well, actually, let's stay for a second on Dolphin Shoals again versus Swamp Ruins.
Oh yeah, I definitely like Dolphin Shoals more. In fact, I like Rainbow Road more than I like Thwomp Ruins.
Swamp Ruins is falling in the standings. Dolphin Shoals moving up. Rainbow Road moving up. Swamp Ruins, however, better than Mario Kart Stadium.
Definitely.
Okay. Dolphin Shoals versus Dragon Driftway.
This is harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah. So I think I like Dolphin Shoals better than Dragon Driftway, but Dragon Driftway better than Rainbow Road. I think we're breaking up
Yes,
the block here.
I think
Okay.
so too.
All right.
So, but I definitely like Bowser's Castle more than I like Dolphin Shoals.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is better.
This is better. Do we need to reread it from the bottom?
Yeah, let's do it now. Because don't worry, folks. Piranha Plant Slide
Still
still,
at the bottom.
worst.
So from the bottom, Piranha Plant Slide,
Dry Desert,
Donut Plains 3,
DK Jungle,
Bone Dry Dunes,
Mario Circuit,
Mario Kart Stadium,
Thwomp Ruins,
Rainbow Road,
Dragon Driftway,
Dolphin Shoals,
Bowser's Castle,
Sweet Sweet Canyon,
Twisted Mansion.
Cheap Cheap Beach. I feel good about this.
I feel good about that.
I feel like we righted some wrongs here.
All right, so let's get into the B tier.
Uh-huh.
We have
This is a fat tier.
This is
heavily
yes.
populated.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Cheeseland,
Okay.
Grumble Volcano,
Yep.
Toad Harbor.
Man, is it weird to you that Cheeseland and Grumble Volcano are in the same tier?
Yes.
Okay. Toad
Electro-
Harbor, yes.
Electrodrome.
Uh-huh.
Water Park, which, how did that get so high? Sherbetland, Mario Circuit,
Uh-huh.
Yoshi Circuit,
Uh-huh.
Ice Outpost, Super Nintendo Rainbow Road,
Uh-huh.
and Cloud Top Cruise.
Man, this tier has some bangers and some like kind of crap in it. So here's what I think are the bottom of this. Water Park, Cheeseland. To me, those are the unquestioned bottom.
Yeah, no pushback from me.
Okay, and do you have a preference as to which goes above which? I kind of don't.
So I guess I like Cheeseland more because
Okay.
because there's no underwater sections and it has more memorable like shortcuts.
Yeah, yep. I agreed with that. Although Water Park, based on an amusement park, we can't discount that.
That's true, but we still have Baby Park to reckon with.
And I don't know how we're gonna do that. All right, so we are left then with Toad Harbor, Grumble Volcano, Electrodrome, Mario Circuit, Yoshi Circuit, Sherbetland, Ice Outpost, and SNES Rainbow Road, and Cloud Top Cruise. I feel like Rainbow Road is somewhere next.
I think it's in there. I would say Grumble Volcano is the desert level of this grouping.
Even with the Cheeseland present?
It's above Cheeseland, but
Yeah.
but I don't think it goes much higher.
Okay. So you think Grumble Volcano is probably next on this list?
I think Grumble Volcano is next, or I'm trying to remember what Sherbet Land is. Oh, it's the ice one.
Yes.
What a confusing name.
Why?
It feels like it should be it doesn't like Sherbet doesn't conjure like wintry to me. Sherbet conjures like dessert.
Yeah. Well, this is a good point. That like it's called itself Sherbet Land, but is that like to summon images of like Super Mario World levels that like have a little bit more like donut plains and like that sort of like desserty?
But I feel like they dropped that by Double Dash. Like it was really only a Super Nintendo thing, right? Because those have a lot of the Super Mario World connections.
And like Choco Mountain from the Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, maybe that is the reason why it's called Sherbet Land, but I think it's a bad name.
It confused you in this instance, and we
Yes.
have to hold that against it.
Just say what you mean, Sherbet Land. You're Ice Cube Land.
You
Get over
are Ice Cube Land. You are icy surface of a pond land.
it.
Sometimes that's cracks in it. Yeah, I don't really like Sherbet Land that much.
No, I don't either.
So I think in the trio of Sherbet Land, SNES Rainbow Road, and Grumble Volcano, which I think is probably the next trio, I go Sherbet Land, then Grumble Volcano, then Rainbow Road.
I think
Increasing in quality.
okay, yeah, I almost would switch. I still think I like Sherbet Land
More than Grumble Volcano?
and Rainbow Road. Like I would
okay.
do Sherbet Land, Grumble Volcano. No, sorry. In worst to best,
Yes.
I would do Rainbow Road, followed by Grumble Volcano, followed by Sherbet Land.
I can live with that. And maybe some of it gets reevaluated as we go. Which means we are left in this tier with Toad Harbor, Electrodrome, Mario Circuit, Yoshi Circuit, Ice Outpost, and Cloud Top Cruise.
I really don't think Mario Circuit should get
Much higher?
much higher in here. Like,
yeah.
I might even put it below Sherbet Land and Grumble Volcano.
But above Super NES Rainbow Road. Yeah,
it's a nice track, but it's like the whole Mushroom Kingdom Peach's Castle thing is done better elsewhere.
Yeah, yes, I will agree with that. Of these remaining, can I tell you what my top two are?
Yeah.
Toad Harbor and Cloud Top Cruise.
Oh, interesting. I know that we disagree here. I really like Ice Outpost. I like the setting. I like the fact that toads are like drilling into the earth. They're on some sort of like
they know not
exploration.
what they unleash on the planet, Mark.
Yeah, so I like the track as well. I think it's fun to drive. So I like Ice Outpost. But I would put, as far as like just above Sherbet Land, but not as good as these other four, I would put Electrodrome next.
What about Yoshi Circuit? Do you think Yoshi Circuit better than Electrodrome? I feel like Yoshi Circuit is next.
Maybe not. Yeah, I think you're right.
And then Electrodrome, unless we slot one of these other ones in here.
So Toad Harbor is cute,
Thank you.
but do you think that it's worse or better than Electrodrome?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. I love the optionality of the various paths through it. Like you get multiple choices at many different points to go like left or right, and the experience is different depending on what you choose. And you can make different decisions as you're going. I think Toad Harbor is a really strong track.
The thing that and especially when you're comparing the two, like Toad Harbor and Electrodrome, I feel like the thing that lets down Electrodrome is in the 0G section when it splits.
Yeah.
No matter which side you choose,
It's the same.
it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there's it's just the same experience.
Yeah, so Toad Harbor above Electrodrome, and that leaves us with Ice Outpost and Cloud Top Cruise.
Now, personally,
Yes.
I like Ice Outpost more than I like Cloud Top Cruise.
And personally, I like Grumble Volcano more than I like Ice Outpost.
Wow.
But we've got to do something here.
Yeah.
You like Ice Outpost better than Cloud Top Cruise, even though it's got that Mario Galaxy music in it.
I like Ice Outpost because it is a fully realized like world. And Cloud Top Cruise,
We're bringing a lot of headcanon to that.
Cloud Top, I mean, it says Toad Polar Exploration 2014 to 2015 on one of the tents. Like they has the logo and everything.
Right,
I'm not
right,
making
right.
that up.
Man, to be a Toad in 2014 and 2015. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know about COVID. They don't know about Trump. Like they're living the dream.
living the good life. Cloud Top
Just
Cruise,
fracking in the Antarctic.
Cloud Top Cruise is just kind of like it's a mishmash. Maybe you could say that it's like fairy tale themed, but there's really only the beanstalk and maybe the airship to support that.
So part of what I love in Cloud Top Cruise is that it makes me think of the Cloud Kingdom from Super Mario RPG and the Mallow, the Cloud Prince who thinks he's a frog, returning to his homeland and regaining his seat as the prince of the Cloud Kingdom.
Now, Patrick, I think that sounds cool if that was the actual theme
Wow.
of the track.
Wow. So, okay, we're both applying a lot of headcanon here.
The text supports my reading of Ice Outpost.
You
the text
take
does
a
not support.
beanstalk up to the Cloud Kingdom in Nimbus Land? What is it called? What is it actually called? No one knows. I don't know.
I can't remember.
In Super Mario RPG. All right, Mark. I will concede this, but I'm not happy about it.
There's still a lot of
fighting we have to do.
There's still a lot of ranking left to go. So within the B tier, we have it as
I think we start at Grumble Volcano.
No, we start at Water Park.
Okay.
And
then
Cheeseland. Then Rainbow Road.
Super NES Rainbow Road. Then Mario Circuit.
Then Grumble Volcano.
Then Sherbet Land.
Then Yoshi Circuit.
Then Electrodrome.
Then Toad Harbor.
Then Cloud Top Cruise.
Then Ice Outpost.
With the exception of Ice Outpost, I agree with this.
I think I do too.
Okay. All right. Is there something else that you see that you want to move?
I know I'm the one who did this, but I think I would put Grumble Volcano above Sherbet Land. Is
okay.
that true?
Yes.
Yeah,
that
I
is
think
absolutely
that is true.
It's a volcano. All right. And then Yoshi Circuit still above Grumble Volcano.
I don't actually know. What I like about Yoshi Circuit is the fact that it's shaped as Yoshi.
Well, hold on. Is that right? Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And I said that with so much confidence.
You did, but let's double check that. Yoshi Circuit, yes, is the one that's shaped like Yoshi. You're
okay,
right.
so
You're right. I agree with this now.
Okay, then I won't overthink it. We'll move on.
Okay, to the A tier, which is another well-populated tier, I think. We got Moo Moo Meadows. We got Neo Bowser City. We got TikTok Clock. We have Music Park. We've got N64 Royal Raceway. We've got Toad's Turnpike, Yoshi's Valley, or Yoshi Valley rather, and Shy Guy Falls, and Wario's Gold Mine. Mark, early thoughts about what is the bottom end of this for you? This is the A tier, mind you. So there's no shame in being the bottom of the A tier.
Yeah, this is kind of
This is
hard.
This is good. These are good tracks.
Maybe my mind immediately goes to Royal Raceway or Moo Moo Meadows.
So I feel like Toad's Turnpike is in that same conversation.
Oh, I like Toad's
You like it
Turnpike
more? Okay,
than
okay.
those two tracks.
So of the two that you just pulled, I say Royal Raceway below Moo Moo Meadows.
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree with that.
Okay, great. Let's put wherever we have certainty, Mark. Let's chase that. All right.
And I think maybe I would put Music Park next. That might not be true.
I mean, all of these are bangers. Toad's Turnpike, Shy Guy Falls, Neo Bowser City, TikTok Clock, Yoshi Valley, Music Park, and Wario's Gold Mine are all amazing tracks.
I would say the weaker ones, I think, are Toad's Turnpike, Wario's Gold Mine, and Neo Bowser City. Those are the three that I would say are not as good
as Shy Guy Falls, Yoshi Valley, Music Park, and TikTok Clock. So I think I put Yoshi Valley in with those other three that you identify as weaker.
I think you're right.
And then Shy Guy Falls, TikTok Clock, Music Park are the top of this tier.
Although I have to say, I think I like Wario's Gold Mine more than I like Music Park.
Okay. Well, then let's put the two of them together.
Okay.
Because I think then that means that we have these three are definitely in a cluster of Yoshi's Valley, Neo Bowser City, and Toad's Turnpike. In that order, actually. I think Yoshi Valley and then Neo Bowser City better than Yoshi Valley, and then Toad's Turnpike better than Neo Bowser City, is how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Then Wario's Gold Mine and Music Park. Which do you prefer?
Here's where I struggle.
Yeah. Tell me your struggle, Mark.
I like the idea of Music Park and a lot of the execution of Music Park a lot. Where I think it is not as interesting is like the actual driving.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of just like straightaways.
A lot of straightaways and then a lot of just like, I'm about to describe every track ever. A lot of straightaways.
A lot of turns?
A lot of turns.
Yeah. It's true that it isn't that dynamic. Like, and maybe just the fact that so much of it is abstract, like that you're racing on musical instruments and stuff, that it like is sort of necessarily less dynamic and like tangible than Wario's Gold Mine, which feels like a real space.
It feels like a real space, and I think just the like the driving is more interesting.
Yeah.
Like as a track, which one would I rather like race on? I think I'd rather race
think it's
on
Wario's Gold Mine.
The terrain of Wario's Gold Mine.
Yep, I would agree with that. So let's put Music Park right there, and then Wario's Gold Mine above that, and then the top of the tier we got Shy Guy Falls and TikTok Clock.
I like Shy Guy Falls a lot, but I think what really elevates Shy Guy Falls for me is I think the Shy Guys on like the side of the track are really cute, and like
and they're singing their little song.
Their contribution to the music is really cute, but like the track itself, maybe I don't think it's bad,
right?
But maybe not as good as TikTok Clock.
At the end of Shy Guy Falls, where it's not the end, but as you're coming down the waterfall and you have a choice to either like land on the road below or like go in the cave above, which do you do?
The cave above.
I do the cave above as well.
I think it's more interesting.
Sarah does the bottom layer, and like I don't think it gives either one of us an advantage over the other. It's just like I do one way, she does the other, and we're both like, this is the way that's right.
So do you like Shy Guy Falls more than Wario's Gold Mine? Just gut check.
No.
Okay.
I think I like Wario's Gold Mine more.
I think I do too. What about Music Park?
What do you think?
I think
I like Music Park better.
I think I do too. Do you think they reuse because the Shy Guys are also
Yes.
workers in Wario's Gold Mine? They use like the same animation.
And they definitely use the same like meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, I think I'd like the execution in Wario's Gold Mine better though.
Yeah.
What about Toad's Turnpike?
I think I like Shy Guy Falls better.
I think I do too.
I like Toad's Turnpike.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I love a heavily populated freeway. That is, of course, why we moved to Los Angeles, is so we could drive on those freeways. But Shy Guy Falls, there's just something so charming about driving up a waterfall.
It is really charming, and I also think Toad's Turnpike. I can't remember what the music sounds like.
No, me neither.
It doesn't have a very memorable soundscape. What about Toad's? And I know we just did this exercise, but what about Toad's Turnpike versus Neo Bowser City?
Ooh, Neo Bowser City could climb here if we start asking these questions.
Because my problem with, I actually think Toad's Turnpike is. It depends on what criteria we want to rank it. Because Toad's Turnpike, I think, is more fun as a Mario Kart track, and I think Neo Bowser City is a little straightforward. But the world of Neo Bowser City, I think, is
phenomenal.
Is more interesting than Toad's Turnpike.
I mean, by that criteria, and honestly, I think Neo Bowser City is actually a more interesting track to drive than Toad's Turnpike.
Okay, I respect that.
I think there are more like tough turns. Like there's that part like after you are. Geez, I really don't know how to describe the part I'm talking about, but there are some like sharp turns where if you are going fast at all, you need to apply some brake as to not fall off. It's sort of near the end of the track that like requires some like serious driving.
Yeah, Toad's Turnpike, especially if you're doing it on like time trials, it's kind of samey. Like, it's a lot of, they're the same handful of cars, and there's the zero-G elements where you can go up the side of it, but that's pretty much it. There's a little dips where you go on under an underpass and like all that kind of stuff, but it is very self-contained. Like it repeats its tricks a lot.
Yes, I agree with that. Okay, so then let's shuffle. Neo Bowser City goes up one in the ranking, and Toad's Turnpike comes down one.
Now, Neo Bowser City versus Shy Guy Falls.
Ooh. There are not singing Shy Guys in Neo Bowser City.
Ignore Shy Guy Falls. Neo Bowser City versus Music Park.
I think Music Park for me.
Okay.
Do you have a
No.
I'm
fine with that. Just seems like a good way to test ourselves.
Yeah, totally.
So Toad's Turnpike versus Yoshi Valley. What I like about Yoshi Valley is, and it's never been replicated, is just like the like spaghetti bowl of choices you can make. And I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, you're making a series of left or right, but it makes it feel like
it feels like you have more agency.
It feels like you have a lot of agency, where again, Toad's Turnpike, no real agency.
Well, there is some agency in like how, because like the road is wide, right? It is like a 6-lane highway or something, and you get to decide whether you're driving into oncoming traffic or like whether you're like weaving between cars or like over on the shoulder. Like I think there is a little bit. You have a little bit more choice in Toad's Turnpike than many of these tracks.
That's true. You're right. I shouldn't downplay it too much. I also think that Toad's Turnpike improves in multiplayer.
Yes.
Like
agreed.
in like Grand Prix, because getting the different cars in there, weaving out, and like, different people are running into different cars or trying to take different ramps. Like it definitely improves the experience.
Yes, I'll agree with that. So I think it's still better than Yoshi Valley.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which does this mean TikTok Clock is the best of the A tier?
I honestly, before this, would not have said so. But even last week when we were talking about the different elements of TikTok Clock, I think it does add up to a really good track.
Yeah, I agree with that. I adore TikTok Clock. It is one that I loved on the DS. And just the pendulums that like have the lightning cup like logo on it. I think that's cool. I think all of the gear stuff is cool. That final shortcut over like the hand of the clock is very cool.
Yeah, that is fun. And how you can use that you can also
get a little boost.
Off of the hand of the clock. That is really good.
Well, and also in that like first opening area, depending on where the clock hands are in there, you can take like a shortcut like right across that gap in the middle. But only depending on where the hands are at the moment that you happen to be crossing it.
That's awesome. So
Okay.
I feel like we should check ourselves by we have
Yeah,
Royal
sure.
Raceway that
Mhm.
made it into the A tier, and Ice Ice Outpost and Cloud Top Cruise that are in the B tier. And do we feel like that's right? Like, do we really like Cloud Top Cruise less than we like Moo Moo Meadows?
I do like Moo Moo Meadows, but I do see what you mean.
But do you know what's so interesting about Moo Moo Meadows? Because we
We
haven't
talked
talked
about
a
that
ton
much.
about it.
Yeah.
But what is so interesting about Moo Moo Meadows is it is a like beginner track, right?
Sure.
It is like in the Wii game, I think it is the first track that you
Right.
encounter. Like, but it is not boring like a lot of first tracks are.
Yeah. Well, and it also like it takes on this aesthetic, which like where does this come from, right? Like where are these like cute cows from? It all just like feels like a children's storybook about what it's like to work on a farm, and of course that's what we teach children in America because like that's what our like roots go back to is like oh yeah farming in the and whatever, and like that's you teach a kid that a cow says moo, before you teach them math because like it's cute or whatever. Um, just separate little rant. Um, but
I feel like I learned a lot.
it works so well, right? Like
Yes, there's something about the simplicity that is like
yes, thank you.
charming.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Disneyland. You know,
Yes.
like
Mm-hmm.
Fantasyland and Disneyland where it's like small and cute and just feels very like warm. And I think that is even though and also like the racing is not uninteresting
No, the
on
racing
Moo
is,
Moo
is is
Meadows.
pretty good. And again, another track where you can make choices and have to make split second decisions about the positioning of the cows. Um, maybe the like child friendliness is also part of like the we of it all. That like I'm still trying to wrap my head around like where the cows come from. And maybe that's just part of like the Wii experience, right? Like part of the Wii advertising campaign was the two Japanese gentlemen like going door to door in like a little VW Bug or whatever. It was some little car. I don't remember what kind. But they were like driving through the American countryside, visiting people on their cow farm to play Wii with them. So I like Moo Moo Meadows, but I can see Royal Raceway falling below Ice Ice Outpost and Cloud Top Cruise.
Yeah, I can too. The thing that I like most about Raceway is that it's like drifting heaven. And it
Yes,
doesn't require like highly technical drifting skills in order to achieve it because it's very
that's
like
right.
friendly with the long curves. They're all going in like the same direction.
Right. I love my curvy track. All right. Should we move on to the S tier then? Or do we have other gut checks to make here?
I feel good about
I
this,
feel good too.
but I wonder before we get into like top tier if we need to reckon with
With the void over there, with the pocket
with
dimension?
the pocket dimension because I mean maybe stranger things have happened like a pocket dimension category existing at all.
Right.
Some of these tracks could make it into the S tier, why not? But I think more likely they're going to fall in somewhere in the A through D tier,
Right.
and I think we need to straighten that out before we get into like cream of the crop.
Okay, so here's what I suggest we do because I agree with you in theory that some of them could wind up in the S tier, but the S tier is rarefied air, so like we'll kind of save that for we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Here's what I think we need to do. First of all, Baby Park last.
Yeah.
We figure it out last, not
Yeah.
that it's last in the ranking.
Uh-huh.
I think we take each one of the tracks and just kind of slide it up the ranking until we stop, and we have to think of them as just experiences and not whether they belong in Mario Kart or not.
I think this is the perfect way to approach this.
Okay.
So let's just go through the tracks again that we have in the pocket dimension.
Sure. So the Pocket Dimension is populated by Animal Crossing, Mute City, Hyrule Circuit, Big Blue, Excite Bike Arena, and of course the GameCube Baby Park.
So let's start with Animal Crossing.
Let's start with Animal Crossing. So just starting here at the bottom, it's better than Piranha Plant Slide. I
I
mean,
think it's probably better than everything there. So at the very least, above Mario Circuit.
right. Okay. And then against Mario Kart Stadium, yeah, better.
Yeah.
Thwomp Ruins, Rainbow Road, yes. Dragon Driftway, Dolphin Shoals, yes, I think. Bowser's Castle, yes, I think. Sweet Sweet Canyon, Twisted Mansion, Cheap Cheap Beach, yes. Water Park, yes. Cheeseland, yes. Rainbow Road, yes.
I don't know that I would.
Whoop.
I don't know that I'd keep going. I don't know that I like the Animal Crossing level more than I like Cheap Cheap Beach.
So you like Super NES Rainbow Road, you like Mario Circuit, you like Sherbet Land all better than Animal Crossing? I think for me, the break between Sherbet Land and Grumble Volcano is where I put Animal Crossing. But at this point, it is wholly, these are wholly gut checks, right? Like,
Right.
we've got so many pieces on the board here. We like it better than Water Park. Do we agree on that?
Yes, but I like Cheap Cheap Beach better than I like Water Park.
I'll make that switch.
Okay. I actually think I like Cheap Cheap Beach better than I like Cheeseland
I'll make that switch too.
and Rainbow Road. I would rather play for me personally.
Yep.
I'd rather play DS Cheap Cheap Beach than the SNES Rainbow Road level.
I think I would rather play the Rainbow Road.
but I think I'd rather play both of those over Mario Circuit.
Sure. Okay. So let's move Mario Circuit down below Cheap Cheap Beach. Now Mario Circuit definitely better than Cheeseland.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. That makes sense to me. Animal Crossing, we were saying before, above Mario Circuit, yes,
Yeah.
but below Cheap Cheap Beach.
That's where I would put it.
Okay,
Is right
I can,
there.
I can live with that. Without having to move everything.
Yeah, I think we can figure
we
this
can
out.
just sort of compress these a little bit. This is really something that we should have figured into the spatial planning.
And yet we did not.
And I refuse to take a break to fix any of these as we move into the next one. Let's do Hyrule.
Okay.
And let's sort of just like start. Do you like Hyrule better or worse than Animal Crossing?
I think I like it better. I think the racing is better in Hyrule Circuit.
I think the racing in Hyrule Circuit is actually really, really solid. That it is probably up there for me in like the Ice Outpost, Moo Moo Meadows.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it's a really good track.
Because again, I'm shutting my mind off to like, should this be in Mario Kart?
Does the scale make sense? Right. These questions we are throwing out.
No, just as an
because
experience.
it will drive us to madness.
Just as an experience.
Yes.
I like it more than Yoshi Valley.
I like it more than Toad's Turnpike. I'm saying that right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Neo Bowser City.
I think it's a better race. Like, I think it's a more fun track.
I think it's a better track than Shy Guy Falls, too.
And Music Park.
Okay.
Maybe I would put it in the same category as Wario's Gold Mine.
In the same category, what does that mean? Better or worse? I think probably worse. It's a great track, but I think Wario's Gold Mine has bats and mine carts and stuff.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Music Park.
Mm-hmm.
And this might already be flipping what we flipped originally, but better or worse than Shy Guy Falls?
Better.
Okay.
I think absolutely better.
Okay. I won't question it.
Okay. Hyrule Circuit is going above Music Park, below Wario's Gold Mine.
Okay. Let's do Excite Bike.
Okay. All right.
So, do you like Excite Bike more than Animal Crossing?
Yes. Do you? I don't think you do. I think you like it less.
I have a really hard time with Excite Bike.
Right.
Because I feel like the track itself is not very good, but the experience of playing it can be sublime. Does that make sense?
No, but I feel exactly what you're saying.
I don't think it's as actually. I don't think it's as good as anything in this tier. So like TikTok Clock, Wario's Gold Mine,
yes.
Hyrule Circuit,
yes,
you know,
agree.
Music Park, Shy Guy Falls, Neo Bowser City. I don't think it's there.
Right.
I don't think it's at that level. I would say I do not like it as much as Cloud Top Cruise.
Okay, but do you like it better than Royal Raceway?
No.
Toad Harbor? I like Toad Harbor better. Electrodrome, actually that may be the break for me.
Above Yoshi Circuit?
Well, above Electrodrome.
Oh, above Electrodrome, below Toad Harbor.
Yeah.
Let's tentatively do that.
Let's tentatively do that. We will revisit because we can't make a decision.
We've made
many decisions. You're right.
But you're right. That's one we cannot make.
I mean, honestly, this is why when we first got to Excite Bike, I was like, we need to cast it into a void. We were like, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And even now, slotting it in here and so late in the game, I'm like,
I still don't know.
I still feel like it and Baby Park belong in a void that doesn't get ranked. But
the coward's way out.
Thank you.
Mute City.
Love Mute City.
Definitely more than Animal Crossing. Definitely more than Excite Bike. Definitely more than like Toad's Turnpike.
Yep.
Maybe more than TikTok Clock. Is this our highest track?
I mean, I thought so. I said S tier when we first started Mute City. I was like, that's one of the best tracks in the game. But you were big into representing Big Blue over Mute City.
Right. And this pains me to no end to say it. I think I was wrong. I think Mute City is a better track.
Okay. Mark?
I was letting
That's so big of you. That's Big Blue of you.
I was letting in my opinion, bad music in Mute City overshadow. Like, the track itself is super fun.
It's super fun, and it's so fast, and it just lets you boost like forever. It's a dream.
Yeah,
it's a dream.
I would say Mute City above TikTok Clock.
Yes, so would I.
Okay, so let's just put it there for now because we'll still have to contend with the rest of the S list,
right?
Or S tier. So let's do Big Blue.
Big Blue. So I think I like Hyrule Circuit better than Big Blue.
Me too.
I don't know. I think I put this around Ice Outpost, like in that neighborhood somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. I think better than Royal Raceway. Maybe not as good as Cloud Top Cruise.
Yeah, I will agree with that. So better than Royal Raceway, not as good as Cloud Top Cruise.
Yeah. Okay, so that does leave us with
we've
Baby
been
Park.
putting this off for so long. Baby Park, what do we do with it?
And I think this is the hardest one because we both agree on like what makes this track unique and special. Like we agree on all of the components of the track. But it's just I like how it breaks the Mario Kart formula.
And I do not.
Can I tell you one thing? Because I've said a lot of again, this also pains me because I hate the baby characters. But can I tell you something that so to sing the praises or to like say I really like Baby Park is challenging for me. But can I tell you something that I hate about Baby Park?
Yes.
Is it in the like background as part of the theme park, it has buildings that are like bottles, drinking bottles.
Like baby bottles?
Baby bottles that have like nipples on them.
Drinking bottles.
And I hate that. I hate the image of these baby characters sucking on a bottle. It makes me want to vomit.
Okay. Should we consult the listener feedback on this one? I don't know that's going to help us, but should we consult with the listener feedback?
Yeah,
This will be the first time we've done it in this episode.
Let's use it as an opportunity. We can take in their thoughts. We can settle our own minds.
Yes.
Okay,
so Alana says, I've said it before, but the chaos of Baby Park is the distilled essence of Mario Kart.
But something concentrated can be bad. Like when I tried to drink grenadine by itself, thinking that it would be delicious.
Yeah,
but it's not.
It's not. Jake on the Discord says, I don't know if it was mentioned, but one thing I really like about Baby Park is the music getting faster every lap. Pretty sure it's the only track to do so, and it adds to the chaotic nature of Baby Park. I don't know if it's the only track to do so, but it is the only track to do so 7 times.
Right, so it's way more noticeable.
So it is way more noticeable. And then Jason F put Baby Park in the A+, the sole track in his A tier. He's using A+ instead of S like we were using. And then this ranking that we got from also an S tier. I forget who this ranking is from.
I'll tell you right now that I don't like Baby Park, or I don't think I like Baby Park more than I like any of the tracks in S tier.
Yeah.
The highest I think this could go for me was A tier. And I don't think I like it more than Mute City.
Okay. Yes. I definitely agree with that. I don't. So I would start the bidding. Oh, I like it less than I like Big Blue.
Okay. See, okay, this is where I think I like it more than Neo Bowser City.
Wow.
Like because I like the unique kind of like one of a kind chaos factor
Uh-huh.
of Baby Park. Um whereas like Neo Bowser City, cool outside track stuff going on, cool world building, but I I think Baby Park is more fun.
Wow. I don't know. I just don't see it. Like for me, Baby Park is a miserable experience. Um, but I recognize, and we will have to reconcile that it has to go somewhere on this list.
Well, okay. Piranha Slide, Baby Park,
Baby Park.
Dry Desert.
Baby Park.
Okay, what's our lowest desert? Cheese Land?
Yeah, Cheeseland.
Better or worse than Cheese Land?
Worse than Cheeseland.
Better or worse than Water Park?
Worse than Water Park.
Twisted Mansion?
Worse than Twisted Mansion. Worse than Sweet Sweet Canyon. Worse than Bowser's Castle. Worse than Dolphin Shoals. Worse than Dragon Driftway. I guess better than Rainbow Road is where I put it. I put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth from the bottom is where I would put it.
And I would put it roughly ninth from the top.
Yes. Which is why I proposed the pocket dimension in the first place. But I agree with you that's the coward's way out.
There's no way that we can pocket dimension it. But I wonder if Baby Park transcends tiers because it is both the best and the worst track simultaneously.
I agree.
So maybe
we embrace
maybe it is both.
the infinity figure eight of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it goes right in the middle. I don't know what that means for like the ranking, but that is like the nexus point for all the chaos that is Mario Kart 8.
What? Okay, I like this.
But this too feels like the coward's way out. I feel like it needs to go in the ranking. It's one of the tracks.
I know. Here's what I kind of like propose is that it is both the best track of the entire game, number 1.
Okay.
And the worst track of the entire game.
So it exists
gets 2 rankings.
It exists in a quantum state between rank number 1 and rank number 49.
And in an infinity, they would be touching.
Sure.
Right?
Yes. Okay.
Because they would be in the middle
Yes.
of that infinity symbol. So the beginning and the end,
the alpha and the omega,
would be in the same.
Would be Baby Park.
Would be in the same location.
Let me just tell you something you have to live with if that's what we decide. If we decide on. That means that our number 1 track is Baby Park.
And it also means that our number 48 track,
number 49,
is Baby Park. Why would it be number 49?
Because we start at number 1 and then there are 47 other tracks. And then, I can live with it being number 49.
And I can live with it being number 1.
Okay. All right. Baby Park simultaneously number 1 and number 49. That means that what we have left is a battle for second place.
I just truly don't know if either of us would be happy if it just ended up in the middle somewhere, like Yoshi Circuit, because that feels like not true.
It's a disservice, both ways
to Baby Park.
Yes,
I think we have to both stomach it a little bit. You declaring it number 1.
Oh my god!
And me declaring it 49.
0. Yeah. 0 is what I said.
Yeah.
But yeah, 40.
Tentative.
That's our tentative plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I rip this paper and should I rip this?
Should we
Post-it note in half?
Yeah, do it.
And then
I think we need to do it together.
It's like a lot. Yeah, that's right. Like a wishbone.
Yeah, or like keys on a submarine where we're nuking Baby Park.
Okay.
All right.
Something about that feels biblical.
It does. It's true. We split the we split the baby. We cut the baby in half. Oh, that's not the moral of that story. The moral of the story is you shouldn't cut the baby in half, and the one who loves it more should take it.
While we consider the ramifications of that,
It's also too late. We already tore the piece of paper in half.
let's
We already failed the test.
let us
The S tier.
the S tier. Let us
Yes.
consider the S tier.
Okay, so in the S tier we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks. They are Game Boy Advance Ribbon Road, Wild Woods, Sunshine Airport, the DS Wario Stadium, Super Bell Subway, and Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road.
So 6 tracks.
Yes, thank you. Do you have a bottom for this?
Sorry, I'm still shell shocked over.
Yeah,
What
me
just
too.
happened? What
I'm
just-
sick. I am sick to my stomach. We ripped that piece of paper. Both of us did that. We both grabbed it together and ripped.
Like pulled it apart like it was warm bread. Animals. Okay. All right. Sorry, I have to focus.
Yeah,
Um
we've got work ahead of us. I think Rainbow Road is the bottom for me of these 6.
I think so too. I could hear an argument for Super Bell Subway. I think the world building of Super Bell Subway is really strong, but I think like Rainbow Road is more fun to drive.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think Rainbow Road is very fun to drive. It's in the S tier for a reason. But for my money, the world building I think Super Bell Subway does all of the fun racing, plus has this just incredibly detailed train system.
Mute City versus the Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road.
I think Mute City is also
I
better than Super Bell Subway.
Okay. All right. Let's do that then. So, and then how about Rainbow Road versus TikTok Clock?
Shoot,
I think I might like it. I think I might like TikTok Clock better.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't think I like Wario's Gold Mine more than
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Rainbow Road.
I agree with that. Okay, so Rainbow Road falling a little bit, TikTok Clock climbing a little. TikTok Clock still below Super Bell Subway. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so now the 4 near the top here: Sunshine Airport, Wario Stadium, Wild Woods, and Ribbon Road. I think probably Wild Woods is next for me.
Wild Woods or yeah. I was gonna say Wild Woods or Sunshine Airport, but I think Sunshine Airport is more fun.
Yeah, I think so too. Sunshine Airport could go all the way for me. But I could also like Wario Stadium and Ribbon Road are so good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like of these two, I think Ribbon Road is better. I think Ribbon Road maybe the best track in the game, other than Baby Park.
Right, which is also the worst track in the game. Yeah, I mean, so let's do that. Let's put Wario Stadium above Sunshine Airport, and then does that feel right?
No, I would put
Sunshine Airport above Wario Stadium.
And I know that we sang the praises of Wild Woods like crazy in the last episode. It's super fun to see like the Shy Guy Village,
Right.
and there's that reveal of like the Shy Guy like city center or whatever,
Yeah.
where it just seems like it'd be so much fun to explore and like live in that space. Feels very much like a theme park attraction, which is a very good thing in my book. But I
it's
think
not as good as Mute City.
It's not as good as Mute City.
Okay. How far then does it fall?
I think now that I'm thinking about it, I like it better than TikTok Clock.
You
Oh,
like
no,
it
sorry.
better?
I
No,
like
TikTok Clock is definitely better
than Wild Woods.
Super Bell Subway
I
also
think
better.
And 64 Rainbow Road better.
Hyrule Circuit is better than
Better.
Wild. But okay, Wild Woods though better than Wario's Gold Mine.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, all right. Wild Woods finds its new home, kind of right over here. Ribbon Road in second place. I think we have our list.
Oh, wait. Patrick.
What's that? What?
Do you remember in episode 1 when I was like, listeners will remember that the A
No.
tier was on the
No.
the arm of the couch, and when we were moving some of them around or whatever, grouping them, one of them fell into the side of the couch, and you were like, "Hey, one of them fell into the side of the couch."
I did say that.
And
I
I was
remember
like,
saying that.
and I like waved you off, like whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
You're like, they don't need to see this part.
I
Even
got
those
it.
of you who are mapping this out don't need to know.
Well, guess what I just found in the side of the couch because I in fact did not pull it out. Here is Mount Wario, which we still need to account for.
Was that in the A tier or the S tier? There's no way to know this at this point.
I genuinely do not remember. I want to say A tier. I want to say I docked it because it didn't have enough Wario specifics.
That's right. We were like, where's the Wario mustache on the trees or whatever?
You know, a thing that they...
A totally normal thing to criticize a level in a video game for. Where's the Wario mustache? Well, all right. Let's figure out what to do with this
in
then.
the nick of time. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Should we just start it at the top? Like,
yeah. So,
or maybe not even at the top. Because let's put it up against another Wario. Let's put it up against Wario's Goldmine.
Wario's Goldmine. Okay. I think it's better than Wario's Goldmine.
Okay,
I
all
think
right.
Mount Wario is better.
Interesting.
I think it's better than Wild Woods.
I don't think it's better than Hyrule Circuit.
Oh no.
Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Mark, you just said "oh no" to me, and that was enough to like make me question the fiber of my being.
There's something so cool and unique about like you
jump
out of the plane,
That's
and
right.
then the end of the track is in this kind of like Olympic viewing area at the bottom, and it just feels so different from where you started.
It goes on such a journey. Yes,
it is really like I maybe would put it.
I maybe like it better than the Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road.
Yeah, like I actually think I might put it above DS Wario Stadium.
Whoa!
I think I would put it
above Wario Stadium, above Mute City, above TikTok Clock.
Yeah, I think I would go Ribbon Road,
Wow.
Sunshine Airport, Mount Wario, Wario Stadium.
A lot of good Wario representation here at the top.
Do you think Mute City's better than Wario Stadium?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I do. And honestly, I think Mute City is also better than Mount Wario.
Okay, so maybe we have a tiny little cluster of Wario Stadiums here, and we have
Wario Stadium, and then Mount Wario above that, and then Mute City above that.
And then Sunshine Airport,
and then Ribbon Road, and of course Baby Park at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, now I think we have our list.
I think so too.
Can we agree? Check your couch.
Check
your
couch.
Pockets. Where else could there be Post-it notes?
I think truly for real this is it, and
okay.
I feel good about it.
Okay, good, because I'm not going to count before we go into this. We're going to go in blind.
Right.
Coming in at number 49, Baby Park.
Number 48, Piranha Slide.
Piranha Plant Slide, but yes.
Oh yeah.
47, Dry Desert.
46, Donut Plains 3.
45, DK Jungle.
44, Bone Dry Dunes.
43, Mario Circuit.
42, Mario Kart Stadium.
41, Thwomp Ruins.
40, Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8.
39, Dragon Driftway.
38 from Dolphin Shoals.
37, Bowser's Castle.
36, Sweet Sweet Canyon.
35, Twisted Mansion.
34, Water Park.
33, Cheeseland.
32, Mario Circuit.
31, Animal Crossing.
30, Cheap Cheap Beach.
29, Super NES Rainbow Road.
28, Sherbet Land.
27, Grumble Volcano.
26, Yoshi Circuit.
25, Electrodome.
24, Excite Bike Arena.
23, Toad Harbor.
22, Royal Raceway.
21, Big Blue.
20, Cloud Top Cruise.
19, Ice Outpost.
18, Moo Moo Meadows.
17, Yoshi Valley.
16, Toad's Turnpike.
15, Neo Bowser City.
14, Shy Guy Falls.
13, Music Park.
12, Wario's Gold Mine.
11, Wild Woods, and now we're in the top 10.
Number 10, Hyrule Circuit.
Number 9, Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road.
Number 8, Super Bell Subway.
Number 7, TikTok Clock.
Number 6, Wario Stadium.
Number 5, Mount Wario.
Number 4, Mute City.
Number 3, Sunshine Airport.
Number 2, Ribbon Road.
And of course, number 1, Baby Park.
It makes me happy that you had to say that.
And it makes me mad. So, Mark, let's close this out.
But we're still friends?
Oh, absolutely. We're still friends.
friends.
Of course, we're still friends.
Thank you so much to everybody who wrote in, who
Yes.
helped us get to this definitive ranking.
Yes, that's right. Someday when the other 48 tracks are complete, we'll rank those and then zipper the whole thing together.
That's right.
And then I think murder suicide. I think is probably what happens. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Remember, please rate, review, and follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get podcasts. If you like the episode, please share it on Facebook or Twitter or any sharing space. All of that helps us out tremendously when you do it. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Patrick_Ellers. Mark is at MKE Mitchell, and the show is at Nin Cart Society.
Patrick, I think that we should get matching lockets, and we each put one half of the GameCube Baby Park Post-it note that we
split
locket.
in half.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean that's if for no other reason than just like a constant reminder that that's what we did. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Eller saying thank you for listening.